got some needs. I need the money like I need to breathe. I need some honest and I need to scheme. I need the W by any means. Yeah, that I mean. Tell that little bitch that I'm out of her league. Enough is enough, and I think I'm allergic to suckers. You niggas keep making me sneeze. And I'm out for blood and I'm making them bleed. You try to run and I'm breaking your knee. I made them fall like I'm ranking the leads. You know I ball like I play for the league. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. I ain't no joke, we ain't making no memes. If I pull up on them, I'm making that scene. Then I'm making them scream. Straight from the bricks, I need a lick. I drink the body since I was a kid. Nigga unlit, how can I miss? Came from the bottom and got me a check. Bitch, I'm a threat, I got a flex. You want the crime, but don't know what it takes. I am built different, I'm not what you think. I cannot lose, I go out with a bang. I hope you never say my name in vain. I'm with whatever, just not for no games. I know they say I change, I cannot say the same. I bet they want me shackled, they're locked in a chains. I guess that's just what happens with bad news. So my mama, I never been fragile. I'm the wrong with the fuck with this taboo. Turn you niggas to R&B tattoos. Still a young nigga, feel like a OG. Can't forget all the shit that they told me. Tired of niggas thinking that they know me. You gon' turn me back into the old me. You gon' turn me back into a savage. I done did shit you couldn't imagine. Leveled up and then bought me a mansion. I can never go back to what has been. I can never go back to the old days. No way. Back to walking to work on a cold day. Back to thinking my ex was my soulmate. Back to telling myself it'll be okay. We'll be okay. We're surviving no rhyming and OJ. Shorty paying the bills, I had no say. I can never go back to the bottom. To the bottom, selling drugs, never know when the cops come. Nigga jealous, they wanted to rob us. I was just trying to give me some dollars, a couple dollars. Turn my pennies from hundreds to commons. I'm so happy them days are behind us.
I ride by different spots, I get flashbacks. I can't get on your level, I'm past that. Watch me run that shit up, I can't go back to none. Trying to get to the top of the world. My nigga went crazy, walked in this corner and seen someone fucking this girl. Fuck all that spinning blocks, that's that little boy shit we catching, we rocking this world. I let everybody have their fun with me. Never had a woman say she done with me. I was working out on the company. I keep money coming in constantly. My little brody done be having runs for cheap. Trying to get it, I've been on the run for weeks. Don't think none of you niggas could come for me. Both of my kids got it honestly. I'm the real deal. All the way on half step. Gotta do better than last year. That's my motto. Put a switch on the blick for the auto. Put them things on the plane like I'm Rollo. Proud to say that I finally changed up. Why the fuck they keep bringing my name up? Cause I'm poppin'. I can never go back to the old days. No way, back to walking to work on a cold day. Back to thinking my ex was my soulmate. Back to telling myself it'll be okay. We'll be okay. Was surviving, I was roaming in OJ. I was paying the bills, I had no say. I can never go back to the bottom. To the bottom, selling drugs, never know when the cops come. Niggas jealous, they wanted to rob us. I was just trying to give me some dollars, couple dollars. Turn my pennies from 100 to commas.
I'm so happy them days are behind us. I'm so happy them days are behind me. I'm so happy the paper done found me. I done keep some good niggas around me. I got rid of them niggas who down me. Keeping good energy and I'm prayed up. Tunnel vision ain't nothing could phase us. Once you cross me, ain't nothing could save you. Pull that thing out of fucking, it's dangerous. Bitch, I'm dangerous.
Let's go, baby. And look at all those papers. I'll get it. Oh, man. Oh, we don't have the fucking musica, dude. There we go.
Trying to tease me, huh? Yup, baby. It's like way too easy, huh? Flex on us way too loud. See you in Chong Dubai. Blue in China, eating chow mein. I'm trying to come through looking fine. Go your bed, I got designer ready party. What? Baby just trying to go nuts. There are plenty of thotties out there in the world who are dying to show me their butt. Yeah, bomb the appetite, money, we 3G. Yeah, it's too easy, it's too easy, it's too easy. Money be, I'ma be, for the beat. Quit to be grabbing my money, whenever my place, I'm already about all of these other.
Oops.
Festy up and shit performance way too easy, 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 way too easy. Why your girlie trying to tease me, huh? Yup, baby, I'm feeling kinda speedy. Course I'm geeking off that green tea and this lady slid inside my DMs.
Oh, there's no.
She's greasy, body perky for the very first time. I'm another species, she is sweetie.
Oh, it's not on here either.
Yeah, fall baby like me. Funny be, apple be, for the be. To be grabbing my money whenever my waist. I'm already about to these enemies. Just to the show when I shut it down, I'm pouring
All the same, I don't know.
Yeah, it's too easy, it's too easy. Cash a couple top tokens, your lady friend too weak. Turn the festy up and shit performance way too easy, way too easy.
Way too easy.
Way too easy, way too easy, way too easy. Why your birdie trying to tease me, huh? Yup, baby. It's too easy, it's too easy, it's too easy, it's too easy for a baby like
Should be the same, the same.
baby like me.
No. No. Yeah, it's doing something weird. I thought, it's like playing, I don't know. But I have a noise gate. Does it not have? Oh, that's what the expander is.
Whipping poppins out in her home, I'm gonna turn something. Willow Wisp with the stick, I'm gonna burn something. We stay heat, you shoot at us, you ain't gonna burn nothing. Rolling through dominant, bro, but back in the day, playing Pokemon Red. I'm in this Pokemon home with a Pokemon sword, now you Pokemon dead. Now I'm playing Emerald.
Gotta turn it up, I guess. Whatever. I don't know what that was. It's something making a lot of noise. It's probably the fan, this thing going haywire. My laptop's probably whatever. Alright, we're just checking it, dude. We're just checking it. The picture looks good on my end, and it's not gonna be good on my phone because I turned off my Wi-Fi. All right. That's a Red Bull. Okay. Make sure everything's working good. Let me go ahead and let me pause the music so we get for cereal right now. Okay, for cereal. First of all, that's dog bowl, water bowl, dog bowl, food bowl, water bowl. Past homework, notes, tests, assignments for studying for finals this week. So we're gonna leave it there because I got more stuff. Fuck it. We'll clean it next week. I'm going back home today. Actually, once I finish all this up, and the last of everything that I need in, and then I'm going home. Just going home. Gonna go fishing, go do something, you know, what you're supposed to do once the final semester's over. Mine's a little hectic because I have a bunch of stuff, makeup work I gotta do reports, so. But, I figured I'd take this opportunity to, you know, let's look at some of the stuff that somebody in the world can learn. Because I know I was looking for stuff. I was definitely looking for stuff. And I couldn't find it. So whoever's out there looking, man, I hope you find this. Because, I mean, yeah, it's live now, but it'll stay. A VOD should be staying on my channel. So it should still be there. And I'll try to add as many tags as I can to get people help. So, hopefully this will help. Hopefully somebody later on down the line finds this and is like, man, I'm sure glad somebody made this because this is the only thing I can fucking find. So. Oh, yes, I cuss too, so. It's not made for kids, but as long as your parents are okay with it, which I don't know what little kids are going to be doing looking at engineering stuff, which doesn't, I mean, hey, they have access to technology, learning some engineering shit would be pretty freaking cool in my eyes. So if I had access to this stuff to kind of learn, I'd probably look it up too, because I was a nerd back in the day. Still am, so. All right, let's see. So we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. So what we're going to do this one. I mean, we already did amplitude modulation, but I didn't record it or anything. So with this is called Quadrature Amplitude Modulation, and we are going to simulate that using Simulink, which is a part of MATLAB. So you get MATLAB, you install the add-on. It's an add-on to MATLAB, and you basically can build a block diagram, and you can simulate, because each block does a specific thing. Not a circuit. It's not a circuit simulation like MultiSim. It's strictly just block diagrams that do mathematical things for simulation. So kind of like you would do in MATLAB, you sit there and write this long code to do simulation, which we actually did earlier. We did amplitude and frequency modulation using MATLAB, and then also demodulation. But then we now we're on this Simulink, which makes it a lot easier instead of sitting there writing code. And I mean, yeah, it's cool to know. You have to learn. You have to start the building blocks. You have to start there, and then come on up to that Simulink, so you kind of know what's going on in each of these blocks. You understand what's happening and kind of what blocks you need too, because you know how it's supposed to work. So if you ever get to this point, well, we are making these blocks using Simulink, and we're going to simulate what this is. So like I said, I already did just regular amplitude modulation, demodulation. We did. So let's actually go into amplitude modulation. So that's probably the simplest form of modulation there is. So, and it modulates using amplitude. So let's say we take a wave. Trying to see if I can. And this one's kind of complicated to understand. Let's say we take a wave. Let's see if I can find one. You know what? No, I don't need that. Wondering if I should have a picture. That's upper and lower. And it's such a bad one. Such a bad one to use. Because they gave us like a weird one to use to simulate, and it's just I don't like using it, honestly. Hang on. I know there's one in here somewhere. Might not be. Well, it's not in this one, but actually, no, that's 319. And it's gonna be on my flash drive. Let's see if we can find. It's not. Kind of shitty. Yeah, they use a shit. It's not a shitty example. It's just a long one. I'm trying to find the one we did, and we didn't do one. Wait a minute. Oof. It's got to be in my flash drive, which I don't have access to because all my USB ports are being freaking occupied for this. Okay. And now, even the examples from another class on my USB. I just wish I had more USB slots. Okay, whatever. We'll use this. I don't want that. Actually, bring it back. I gotta pee, dude. Why do I start this when I gotta pee? Open up, dude. Oh. Alright, hang on. Because I don't care about that one. Oh, we have lab. Oh, alright. Hold on. We're gonna pause here because I gotta pee right now. Okay. So one of these, this is a MATLAB. This might be Sawtooth. Canter pulse. Oof. Yeah, whatever. Okay. We're just gonna take this and we're gonna use. Let me get you guys on here. So ignore what any of this is. We're gonna keep. Yeah. This will give us. Oh, we're going to delete that. Whatever. Delete all that. Delete all that. Okay. So we're going to take a sine wave go ahead and run it. Hopefully we don't get errors. We can put on a little music in the background, right? At least for me, right?
Too fly, put a jet on me. When nigga play me, put that lead on him. Won't let none of these niggas flex on me. Walk around with that check on me.
That should be good, right?
Can't step on me. Hell no, can't step on me. If it be with a nigga, put bread on him. A freaking little bit, put a head on me. A nigga too fly, put a jet on me. A nigga play me, put that lead on him. Yeah, finessing the game with sauce. I turn myself into a boss. You go against me, then you lie.
Keep it out there. I don't want it to overwhelm.
My mama a savage, so I'm never lacking. I came from the mud and I did it with trapping and targeting me because I'm fought with the fast. It could get you a fit and it come with a cash.
Okay, so oh, I don't need. Oh, because I put 2. Okay. So we need. Oh. Yeah. If it be with a nigga, put bread on him. A freaking little bit, put a head on me. A nigga too fly, put a jet on me. A nigga play me, put that lead on him. Won't let none of these niggas flex on me. There we go. Okay. For them, nigga can't step on me. Hell nah, can't step on me. If it be with a nigga, put bread on him. A freaking little bit, put a head on me. There we go. A nigga too fly, put a jet on me. Okay. A nigga play me, put that. It's a scope 1 right here. So this one is just kind of, it needs to be. We got walks on the seat. Catch them in traffic, blow the doors out like Jeeps. I paid them, but you could be down for free. But you better not be lying to me. My young nigga a 7 like Reese. And we got them bad like we having no sleep. Won't let none of these niggas flex on me. Walk around with that check on me. Big for them, nigga can't step on me. Hell nah, can't step on me. If it be with a nigga, put bread on him. A freaking little bit, put a head on me. A nigga head on me. A nigga play me, put that lead on him. Won't let none of these niggas flex on me. Walk around with that check on me. Big for them, nigga can't step on me. Hell nah, can't step on me. If it be with a nigga, put bread on him. A freaking little bit, put a head on him. There we go. A nigga too fly, put a jet on me. Okay, so you can see this is our message signal. So this is going to be, let's put it in terms of like communications. It's going to be our audio. We use a simple sine wave just to show and learn about what it is. So this needs. I don't know what this one. Yeah, what is it? 500, 400. Really? Okay. Well, so the carrier. This is our carrier message right here. We need this to be like. So okay, yeah. This is our message. This is our carrier right here. The carrier is the one being modulated because it's our carrier signal. That's the one being pushed. It's carrying our message. So the message is the one that's modulating the carrier signal. So this is our message. We have it set to 400 hertz. So we typically want our carrier. If we know our audio range, I can't tell you right off the top of my head. But you would want your carrier message or your carrier signal to be at least twice, you know, the message. So we're gonna go above that, and we're gonna go 4K. So now we can see Boom. Look at that. And change time span to, I don't know, 0.05. So we look here. So we come here, and again, message carrier. The carrier is 10 times that of our message. Okay. We have our sample time. So whenever you're doing simulation, you have to sample. You have to set a sample time, and you want that to be like I think it's at least 10 times that the time period of the frequency you're using, the highest frequency you're using. And you can do higher. So the thing is, the higher the sample rate you go, the longer and more processing power you're going to use in the simulation software. So if you're just to do ridiculous amount, crazy, sample time, which is fine, you're just going to use up a lot of power. It's going to take more time to do it. And then also with that, so you may or may not have accurate results. So go ahead and run it again. Don't worry about that right now. Okay, so this is said. So our message should look contracting us, phones tapping us, government shutdowns, walls trapping us. The rich get richer, the poor even poorer. Sodom and Gomorrah, real life horror. Understand. That's all we need. We don't need to. So. Okay, so notice we need to back out on this. You see it there? Maybe we go 0.2. You also think about our It's our sampling rate. We need to increase it, I guess. Not a very good example. And notice how smooth that is. Look at that, that looks way better. Okay, so now we come here, we need to go 0.1. Ooh. So this is double sideband. This isn't single sideband. So double sideband is going to modulate both sides. And you know, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like so. It's like if we were to back out a little bit, let's see if we can. 0.01, let's go 0.05. You can kind of see it. It's weird as to the way it looks. I think we need to go. We go 2, and we go 2. And we can probably go down to that. Dude, I don't know what music this is, but it is horrible. You can kind of see a little bow tie there. God. Okay, hang on. This. I don't know what that is, but stop it for the love of God. What just happened? I don't like. It's kind of weird. Whatever. But you can see it looks more like a bow tie. So now if we were to do a single sideband, I'm gonna exit out of this. No, don't save. We're gonna come back here. This gives us a lower, upper and lower sideband. We're gonna delete this one. Oh, this is 50. We'll go back to 400. We'll apply. Oh, hold on. Remember, we increased. When you decrease the time, you increase the frequency. I'll leave it like that. This is gonna be. Alright, let's see what we look like. Okay, so we don't need to look at that because this is showing both because we phase changed. So we need to come back here. So this gives us our upper and lower sidebands. We need go 2, 2, 2, 2. We'll apply. I don't know what happened here. What happened? Oh, we didn't apply it. Okay, there it goes. So you have upper and lower. Look at there. Doesn't that kind of look smaller? I don't know. It's kind of weird. So time. I mean. And you can see the difference. The only difference between upper and lower is it's phased. So this is gonna be. Is that Young Gravy, dude? Oh, baby, Young Gravy. All right, that's just a little bit. It's if you're not in a class and you're not learning this, it's hard to like understand. But this carrier, this is the one being sent. So you see So this looks weird because this is two signals and this is two signals in one. Because we have regular cosine and then sine. So we have a sine and cosine wave in here. That's what the yellow and blue are. It's two different waves. So it's a bunch of mumbo jumble. We can increase it so you can see the difference. Whoa, too much. There you go. Yeah, you can see how it's in there. And it's also, you know, you got the deal. So like you can see our sampling. So you can see when we zoomed in here on this one, it's a little staggered. I don't know if y'all can see that. Even down here, you can see it's like staggered. But here you see the little, that's the sampling. So it samples a point, next point, next point, next point, but it staggers because based on the time period. It's never going to be like exactly perfect, but it's good enough. We can. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I don't care. So that's that. This is the amplitude one that we did that I did earlier. No, don't save. I won't use it ever again anyways, but it's alright. So what I'm gonna do is we'll see if we can do it simplified. Let's open up Simulink. Y'all can go ahead and nobody. There you go. So this is MATLAB. We open up MATLAB. Simulink's right here, and open that bad boy up. We're gonna do a blank one. So here's Simulink blank deal. Then we go into the library browser to add our blocks. But what we're gonna do is take a gander. So what we need to do, so let's come up here. So build a Simulink model for QAM, which is Quadrature Amplitude Modulation. This is where you can amplitude modulate two signals at one time. Why they call it quadrature? We'll explain it here in a little bit. So, the Simulink model for QAM modulation and demodulation. So we modulated before just regular amplitude modulation, and then there's another one that demodulated it as well. So, for sinusoidal waves of 100 and 200 hertz. So these are going to be our message. These are going to be our message signals, 100 and 200, because we're doing two messages. And then our carrier is at 500 hertz. So when it comes to QAM, I'm going to cram this down your skull. So this is where you kind of can see, I guess, quadrature. Looks like, you know, quad. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, whatever. You get it. So with amplitude modulation, we take the message and then we essentially multiply that message signal by the carrier signal. So our carrier signal is cosine carrier. So WC is omega. I say W. It's omega C, which omega is the frequency in radians per second. So that's essentially 2 pi times the actual frequency in hertz. T. So that's our carrier. So we know this is going to be 500. And then we multiply the second message by sine, which is the negative pi 2. We phase shift by negative pi 2, which gives us sine. So you phase shift cosine by negative pi over 2, you get sine. You phase shift sine over pi by pi over 2, you get cosine. Or negative pi over 2, you get cosine. you shift it positive pi over 2. So if you do negative, then I believe you get negative cosine. Because cosine is ahead. Cosine is ahead of sine. And then we take those, and this is just this. We're just simply thinking mathematical terms. So we multiply our message. So our message is sine. Our message signal 1, which is 100 hertz. So 2 pi times 100 t. That's our trig or our waveform. Times that by cosine. And you know, times the second message, which is what, 200. Yeah. Times, you know, sine 500 hertz. And then we take those two and then we add them together. So this gives us our full QAM signal, our quadrature signal. Amplitude modulated signal right here. It gets sent over. This little dotted line, that's the transmission. So the antenna, transmit antenna, receiver antenna, we bring it in. Then we come over here, again, mathematically, well, we take that message, or that signal, multiply it by 2 times cosine, because we need that so we lose power. So we lose amplitude when we come here. If you look at the mathematics of that, that if you get to this point, you should know the mathematics. If you don't know, I'll try to do some stuff later on to go over that, and we'll try to go like beginning of amplitude modulation. There was also frequency modulation, which we'll actually be doing next. So the mathematics and stuff like that to go in the frequency domain and stuff, you do all the math, and then you get whatever, you get 1/2 the power, and then you add it, so you, both of them 1/2 power, so you multiply 2 times to get that power back. And then same thing, we times it by, you know, phase shift negative pi over 2, we get sine, so we get 2 sine, multiply, and this is going to give us x1t, which is not message 1t, but not yet. We pass it through low pass filter, because again, if you look at the math, we have all these high frequencies created through that math that's done. We need a low pass filter to pass the low hertz. So when you look at it, you're going to get like 5 or you're going to get like 600, you get 700 hertz, or plus or minus 100, 200 hertz from the carrier. And so you get a low pass filter, and then you're only passing the low side. So you're only passing this 100, this 200. So, and then this one you only pass 100 because the way the cosine works, and it's sine. The way the math works with the sine, since we multiplied it here by sine, we multiplied over here by sine. We're gonna get message 2 because the low pass filter is going to give us that 200. Because we're only past the 200 hertz. And again, here's the math for this right here. So you get M1 times cosine, M2 times sine. It's a lot of stuff. So let's go ahead and let's just build it off of. Let's build it strictly off of this, just knowing what it is. So we need a multiplier block. You can actually math operation, multiply. It's not. I am confused. Already not popping up. Go back to this one. Product. Oof. Okay. Just simple. So you can double click. You can double click anywhere. That's what we need. Yep. Yep, there it is. So here's our X. Accordingly here, you can probably do it just like that. Now we need our signal. So since we already have it pulled up, we can actually just come here. Pull sine wave, Control C. Boom. Yeah, sine wave. This is our message. This will be our message. And then we can do another one. So we can rename this. I'll do MOT 1. And then we need a third one. MOT 2. Type slowly me alone. This is going to be our carrier. COT. Okay, so if you're wondering why, so this right here, this is a demultiplexer. So we had to do that to separate the 1 and 2. So we have two signals generated here. So we'll go ahead and just, I mean, we can actually add it so you can see. Demux right here. Okay, so we're going to come here. Actually, make things easier. So this is already has, so phase offset, you can use an array to represent two different ones. So they're both going to be at 500 hertz, but you have one for 0, one at pi over 2. And we're going to go ahead and sample out that right there. So, well, we needed to do it more. The last one, so we saw a lot of it, but this is fine right here. So this is supposed to be 500. Message 1 is 100. No offset. This is sine wave. This is 200. I don't know why this one's smaller than the other ones, but oh, I guess I did that. No idea. So this is demux. So I would have thought that to me this is 0 and this is 1. And then to me this is 0 and 1, but this is a sine wave generator. So this should be a sine wave here and then cosine there. But I'm not. Well, we can easily find out by setting a scope. I say that. Oh shit. Nope. Yeah, oh. Okay, let's run it. Ooh. I'm span yearly did auto. 0.1, I believe. Oof. That looks better. Okay, you can see here, yellow. I believe it was 1. Thank you for legend here. Yeah, DMX 1, DMX 2. So, if you're wondering, actually, okay, so here's a sine wave. Sine wave starts at 0. Cosine starts at 1. So if we come back to our deal, where's our? So yellow, DMX 1, which is the top one. That's a sine wave. DMX 2 is cosine wave. So we need to. Well, we can just do it like this. So this should be pi by 2, 0. Apply. And run. And then there we go. We have our cosine. Our first one, DMux 1. There's a way to. The way that we can make it display. This is 1 or 2, 2, 2. So now we have the correct one going. Next. So they always try to add some stuff. So we have the multiplied. Then what's next? We need a sum. So give a sum. Ooh. Yeah, plus plus. Oh, wait a minute. Do they have? Isn't there a? Yeah, it's just that.
straight up out of sunny California. When I step up in the building, know you smell the kush aroma. Pop to Arizona for a show and get my chips. I got a bad little bitch who talk slick like she a pimp. Funny how she give it up the money where I'm living. Plush, linen, blunt, bigger than this middle finger flipping. A West Coast kid, but love my East Coast. Down the block with a tech on 4-wheelers. Sliding on the bop who wanna give a little pussy. Used to hide out from the cops, throw the scale in the bushes. Gucci print, stupid talk bread. I speak it fluent, chain sicker than the flu. I break bread and break rules. Man's too, I was her last dude, but I had to shake it off. It was way past due. I'm way past you. These niggas hate my moves. Make way for a nigga, cause I paid my dues. The face all blue, being frank, nothing new. Every day I'm getting money till the rave come through.
I'm just curious as to how this works, so I'm serious, mess with it. You. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. There we go. Oh, this is our sum. That's so this, we should get our quadrature amplitude modulated signal right here. Yeah, actually add another scope. So we need to modulate, demodulate, but let's go ahead and look at what this looks like. We can run it. That's what that looks like. Oh, we already looked at that. So what does this look like? That auto shit don't work. Oh no, 1. Look at that jumbled freaking mess. Man, that's big jumbled, mumbo jumbo, huh? Let's see if we can get our original signals back. So we can look at. That's when I smoked him. One in his hat was left open. Sabrina when his poncho coat was left soaking. Them other niggas blindfolded them into the ocean. Drown yourself. I'm from the stack. What I told him. Nah, you don't wanna fuck with Staten Island. Epitome of gun smoke. Niggas be wildin'. Hit you in the back of the head with the 4-pounding. Shoot out every street light. Smell sweet balance. Nah, you don't wanna come to Staten Island. These youngins take your head straight off. That's their talent. Bullets knock you off of these blocks. No crate challenge. Shoot out. There's a way you can. Smell sweet balance. Modelos and big Cubans, the Bengal lizard cooling with some rich Canelos. We out in Spain lit it, rapping through the weight of bands. Smacked her right on the ass, she turned around, yo, let's fuck in the grass. Poppy crib furnished down in the cellar, showed a flick of his man. He had him hog-tied, him and Obuela, yo, he was stealing, put a chop on his melon. Had him. So way you can display them differently. Not today, Chico, me so get tan, went in the room, start the chainsaw up. The bitch chewed off his hand, set it off naturally. Yeah, see. Came back to me and asked me, we toast the way you did it was slamming at last. I'm selling yo your. Oh, they go to file. Clocking my gene code, all G's, buttermilk. We seen goats. He mumbled his man was all on me out the window, 3 speedboats. Nah, you don't wanna fuck with Staten Island. Epitome of gun smoke. Niggas be wildin'. Hit you in the back of the head with the 4-pounding. Shoot out every street light. Smell a sweet balance. Oh. Nah, you don't wanna come to Staten Island. These youngins take your head straight off. That's their talent. Bullets knock you off of these blocks. No crate challenge. Shoot out every street light. Smell a sweet balance. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So we split it up. So that's cool. So we're going to delete that. We're going to bring it over here so we can sample some of that and sample some of that. Boy, that shit is ugly. Hang on. We didn't set these. Oh, we did. we need to.
Hey, chain on free doing light years. Jumped in the pussy with Nike heels. Ride on dick like a bike, yeah. Like that, yeah, right there, yeah, like that, right there, yeah, like that, right there, right there, like that, yeah. Pussy too good, give me an idea.
That just look good.
Beat the pussy up like some pioneers. Bouncing that ass, give me nightmares. Like that, yeah, right there, yeah, like that, right there, yeah, like that, right there, right there.
It looks a little more like it. It's gonna look weird because the hertz is just, it's weird. So I don't for the report I don't need this. Just showing you guys what it looks like. It's, I mean, you have 100 and 200 and then you have 500. So it's like whatever. So amplitude 1, we're gonna keep it at 1. Keep them at 1. Very good. Okay, so we need this. That's good. We'll delete that. Actually, run it. That's what it looks like. So what we can do is configure, I believe. Yeah. And then we save. Y'all looking at my stuff? Freaking, you must be out your mind, bro. Oh no, I don't want. No.
Why the fuck it sound like my phone ringing? I done seen the plug go broke. I done seen the dollar give a low nigga hope. I done seen my uncle get my right hand coat. He gave it to a bad bitch and she put it up her nose. Rule number 1 of a trap.
You can see it as JPEG. Okay. You can see it as JPEG. I'm gonna put this in.
Nowadays it ain't love, everything beneficial. I can't say shit, everything instrumental. Who take what? Let the baby not pinch. Coach so let this AR bench. Spit it in the booth, I was chillin' in the cool. Spin this block, yeah, I'ma make chicken noodle soup. Spin this top, have you ever seen a baby bottle pop? Fuck a cop, yeah, we gon' make your big dog drop. Tiptoe.
Yeah, I'm clicked in it. I don't know what the fuck you got going on here, computer. This is our modulated signal. Alright, I saved it. This is our modulated signal. Now for demodulation, this is what that whole second half is. This whole second half is demodulation because you receive it and when you demodulate, it gets message 1 and message 2. We do need. Okay. So. Yeah. Just add it in here, just to make it. Okay, so this is our message. Oop, run it. Oh jeez. Yeah. Got cracks in the bathroom, bubble like soda, count stacks in the back room. Calico black tool, buckshot, black moon, pussy or back page, kitty cat, cat food. I was in a castle, Wonder Woman lasso. Oh, come here and figure again. Save. JPEG. I done seen the plug go broke. I done seen the dollar give a low nigga hope. I done seen my uncle get my right hand coat. He gave it to a bad bitch and she put it up her nose. Rule number 1 of a trap on the phone. Rule number 2. Well, I don't know why you keep doing that. It's kind of fucking pissing me off. Okay, well, that's saved. So I go to save it, and every time I go start to typing, it's like, hey, dude, you didn't click in this. Why do I need to click in it? So this is message 1, this is message 2, 100 hertz, 200 hertz. You can see this is obviously double. So that's what we're looking for. So when we demodulate it on this side right here, This is what we're looking for right here. This is what we want. So, and what you might see, and probably exactly what you're going to see is, I'm going to leave it there, but we're not going to connect it. Let's get all this stuff back. Make more. We don't need to make it complicated. So what we can do now is literally just Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. What just happened? Oh. Can we rotate this? I don't know if we can or not. Format. Oh, we can. I'm not worried about it. We can keep it. We can keep it just like this. Okay, so we transmit it. Boom. So we come here. Boom. So we go just like that. The same message, the same QAM signal gets sent to both of them. The difference is that we're multiplying it by cosine or sine. I don't know why I double click that. Control C, Control V. We get the same signal. Oh, we can block. Boom. Just like that. Boom. Look at that. So we're coming here, amplitude, we're going to do 2. You remember? Oh shit. Okay. Not quite there yet. So need one of these. We're going to format. I like that we can flip it though. There you go. Boom. Look at that. We still got 2. Okay. And then we need a low pass filter. So the low pass filter we used over here. Oh. We didn't use one. Oh, hold on. Erica. I have the wrong one open. This is 1. We need 2. There we go. So we use a butter. So this is the demodulation side of that previous one that we did. Or not we did, but I showed you. I use a gain deal because you want to gain it by 2. You want to gain it so you have more power for the signal. So, but since we're already multiplying it by 2, we don't need to use the gain. And we'll look at it and see what it looks like. But we're going to take this butter design. Filter order 10. Edge frequency. So this is where we need to do calculation. So let's go here. Butter. Why don't we have butter? Oh, hang on. I think it's called. What is it actually called? Analog filter design. Yeah. Yep. Right there. Let's go ahead and do. I'll just stick it at 10, low pass, because we want the lower frequency to pass through. Now, our pass band edge frequency. So when you think about this, so our pass band. So let's look at, let's just use this as an example. You see how it slopes right here? So this is our pass band. since this is a low pass filter, we want this is our low side. Let's say this is 0 and this is, we're gonna say like somewhere over here is like 200, or even like right here is like 200. We say right here's 200, but it's gonna drop, and depending on your filter order, this is a Butterworth. It's not gonna be precisely straight up and down, but if you get a higher filter order, it's gonna be a little bit more closer like that. But it's gonna be close. So if we can set our passband edge frequency, which is this right here. This is our edge. So we're at 200, or this one's 100. So what is, but this is radian per second. So this is frequency in hertz times 2 pi. So this is frequency times 2 pi. So 100, 2 pi, 200 pi. So let's say 250 pi. Ooh, I don't know, say 200 pi, and we'll see what we get. Times pi. You can type it out. It works just like that. Pi. No, wrong one. This is 100. Pi. Then we can Control C and Control V this bad boy. And then we're going to do 100 pi or 200 pi. I don't. Okay. There we go. And this is going to go to our scope. So. Okay, well that's fine. We're just gonna have to. That's fine. So we should get the signals that we got over here. So let's go ahead and connect this back up. Alright, so we have that. Ooh, there it goes. Look at that. That's not bad. Where does this sit? Where's this sit at? 0.2. Go back to 0.1. Look at that. It's pretty close. A little out of phase, but that's gonna happen because it transmitted through a bunch of stuff. But look at that. Got exactly what we needed too, and almost the same amplitude too. So yeah, we're gonna lose a little power as well. We barely lost any. We multiplied it. I mean, we put the gain on it, but this worked out really well. This is good. I like this. Configure, save. And this is a quick one. It is fast. Scope. So we did that. We don't need to look at the spectrum. We did that last one. We know what the spectrum is going to look like. This is more just trying to actually do in the math and stuff with Quadrature Amplitude Modulation. And it's worked out very, very well. Very well. Like I said, a little out of phase, probably just a smidge, but you know, that's good. Again, like I said, it's gonna be out of phase. Lag from transmission and lost a little power. But that's also in there, and it's like very little power too. Like, damn. This is good. This is really good. I like that. I'm glad it worked. So we can open this back up fully. Highlight everything, kind of move it over so I can take a screenshot. Not window mode.
It's gonna be a cold ass winter. Hot girl summer. Hey, yeah, yeah. Pistol in her panties, whoa. Yeah. Pistol in her panties, love them beaches in Miami. Shorty come in handy, swear that cookie sweet as candy.
PNG, it's fine. PNG, JPEG, they all put it on the same way. And so that's Quam. Quam. Cram it right down your skull. 5 o'clock in the morning, baby. Oh yeah, that's good. Whew. This took more time because I was trying to explain stuff, and of course, if y'all ever see this, I have access to my YouTube. I don't have that many people, so if you actually you see this and you comment on it, leave a question. I'm gonna just leave this up for a little longer so you guys can see it. Copy it if you want to, I don't care. Well, you can't copy it like physically, but you can. How about that right there? Look a little better, right? So butter, whenever you get in this class, not necessarily, I guess, not this class, but in your engineering classes, you're gonna learn about orders. I learned about it in my electronics 2 class, about low pass filters. Butterworth specifically, there's Butterworth, the Chebyshev, elliptic bezel. They're all different ones. The Chebyshev is the more steep one. Butterworth is the simplest one. It's easiest to work with. Most common one to use. And but like this is, it means you set the filter order, and that just tells you'll learn about all that stuff. And I'll make videos too later on for learning that. So that'll be later on during the summer if anybody's interested. That way, when the next semester comes up, you guys be good to go on having videos. Because like I said, even though this is live streaming, it saves the videos into my playlist, so you can always look up. And I'll keep trying to add like tags and stuff like that, so make it easier for everybody to find. And that's what I hope for. I hope everybody finds this, because I know I struggle. I didn't struggle learning this. This is actually pretty cool and fairly easy. The hardest part was learning the other stuff, because this stuff right here. No, not this one. This stuff right here, I need this one because it gives us. Gives us our Hilbert transform, and then it gives us our real and imaginary, and then we split it up and stuff like that. When we could have just. Well, I say that when we're doing sideband, single sideband, we need the Henry transform. We need the Henry transform, so we don't need that anymore. Everybody get a shot of that right there. That's good. It is Wiz. Yeah, baby. I know Wiz. I grew up on Wiz, dude. Yeah. So that's it for quad. This is we're gonna shut her down for this one, but I'm about to start one back up because we are about to look at man, this camera is good. I can't tell if it's a camera or just my laptop freaking display is just so fucking good. Probably a combination of both. I messed around with my display on my laptop, so a lot of stuff's looking pretty good. Looking pretty spicy, you know what I'm saying? The next one is, I just had it out. Where'd it go? It's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure it's frequency. It's gotta be frequency. So, generate narrow bandwidth. Oh, phase modulation. Waves using indirect PM, just phase. So you have angle. You have two different angle modulations. You have frequency modulation and you have phase modulation, and they modulate the angle differently. One modulates the angle by modulating the frequency. So the frequency comes short, angle's different, obviously. Other ones, phase. It moves the phase, but it kind of compresses a little bit, but it goes back out. So it's kind of weird how to explain it. Frequency, your time is different. Like your time period is different. It changes. But like phase, your time period stays the same because it just phases through, but it comes back to where it needs to be. It's weird. It's super weird, the difference of it, and the math is crazy. So let's see. Generate narrowband PM waves using indirect PM generation using Simulink. Yes, good sound. I like that. I'm just reading through this to make sure. See, I mean, we'll see it here in a little bit because I'm gonna cut this one down and we'll start right back up. Okay, so generate narrowband phase modulated waves. Oh yeah, that is what it is, isn't it? But we don't know. Oh, I guess KP, we get that. So we pass it through double sideband modulator, suppress carrier. I do this MT times 5. Let's see if there's any questions. I don't see any. Next one, generate FM signal using FM modulator passband block. Where the message signal is 10 Hz and carry frequency. Demodulate the FM signal using phase block loop. So we will look at all of that for the show. We're just gonna, yeah, we'll just use that. I don't feel like doing all that. We can save this. Lab 6. Okay. So okay. Well, we're gonna cut this one off. We're gonna come back up. So I'm gonna take a PP and we'll start from scratch again. I don't want to see that. And we'll get going. So I can't tell the camera is just, I think it's just my display hella fucking good right now. Love this freaking computer, dude. It's so